Welcome to our live show. We do this every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live. You ask any questions that you might need, and we will try to help you out with your Caternix journey. So if you have any questions, ask below, and I will get to them as quickly as I possibly can. We do a couple different things here every live. So number one, I'll do any announcements or surprises that I've got, which I have a couple. So bear with me on those. I'll let you know those in just a second. Number two, if you want to let us know where you're from, it's always interesting to see where everybody's at in the quail world. So that's pretty cool. If you've hatched any eggs from us this week, then feel free to let us know what the hatch rate is, as we keep detailed records of those, so that we know what the average hatch rate on shipped eggs is for the year. And I think that is all. If you can hit the like button, support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. But I do have a couple of things. First and foremost, we did celebrate Veterans Day this week. So for all of you that served, thank you very much. We really appreciate you, and we are where we are because of you. So thank you. A couple other announcements is the end of the year is coming, and I am behind on everything that I wanted to get done this year. So I am working overtime to try to get everything I wanted to get done. So with that being said, we did finish up what I wanted to do on Facebook this year. So I'm going to give you the update on that. So obviously we have a group on our Facebook page, which is called Newbie Quail Lovers. I had started that group, I don't know, back in like 2017, and then Facebook shut us down, so we restarted. But it's a fantastic group for newbies. It's a fantastic group for people that have been into it so that you can help others. And it's just a friendly, positive vibe. I really love that group. So that group is available. Beth Reed, Verna Young, and Katrina Krakow, I hope I said that correctly, are the moderators and admins on there. We will be posting a topic every Monday to help you guys out, maybe answer questions that you might not even have. So if you're not a part of that group, please join. And thank you to all the moderators and admins that are on there. Then we have Quail Call, which is a Facebook group that's past the newbie stage. And we are completely revamping that. So that's still in the works. But PJ Family Farm and Steve-O Swanson have volunteered to be admins and moderators on there. So we will be doing a topic on there, which is more of advanced than newbie. So that's a fantastic group. I'd like you to join. And then we've got a Quail for Profit Facebook group. I'll explain all this on why we're doing it in just a second, so just hang in there. Hit the like button while you're waiting. We've got the Quail for Profit Facebook group, and that is strictly for if you're raising quail to have them pay for themselves or whatever the case may be. If you're following our playlist, Quail for Profit, on here, then that would be a great Facebook group to join. Brandon and Kristen from Whiskey Tango Farms and Bill and Allie from Flew the Coop Farms are also admins and moderators on there. And we will be doing a topic of the week every Monday on there as well. So I'm very excited about that. And then we've got a brand new group we started this week, which is called the Self-Sufficient Quail. It is strictly going to be for self-sufficient use. We are going to use this group starting out with Caternix quail and becoming self-sufficient, tips, tricks, how other people do it, things like that. But Jasmine Bass is the admin and moderator on there. And we talked a while today, and I didn't mention this, but I think we're on the same page. We would like to see this group continue to grow, but grow in a self-sufficient quail as well as other ways to be self-sufficient, prepping, canning, I mean, all kinds of stuff to help us grow as a self-sufficient community. So I love that group. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and just time got away from me this year. So those are our Facebook groups, and obviously we have our Myshire quail egg auctions that we do auctions for hatching eggs every weekend. We have a lot of fun on there if you'd like to join that as well. It's not very educational, it's just fun, so you can check that out as well. So long story short, that is a lot of Facebook groups. But I wanted people to get what they wanted to get out of it. So obviously I love the Newbie Quail Lovers Facebook group. It's just for everybody, it's for anybody, and it's positive vibes. And everything else is more topic oriented. Quail for profit, self-sufficient quail, um, qu- uh, Quail Call, which is more advanced for newbies. And so I really wanted to be able to break that down rather than just being another Facebook group. So that's what we did there. Again, thank you to all that have volunteered to help admin and moderate, as I've got great ideas and I really want to spread the word. I just can't seem to find enough time to do it all. But each group every Monday will have a topic of the week, which will be a lot of fun. And I've got a lot of good things in store, and so do they. So I'm really excited about it. So check those out. Next is our YouTube channel. So it is very embarrassing, and I apologize, but our YouTube main page is embarrassing. So I redid that this week. So I'd like you to check it out and let me know what you think. But I like it. But if you guys have suggestions or whatever, feel free to let me know. But now it has the most recent uploads, the most popular videos, playlists, and featured channels. Right now it is Living Traditions Homestead, Slightly Redneck, and Whiskey Tango Farms. I listen to them quite a bit. Obviously, I work with Whiskey Tango Farms pretty closely. Slightly Redneck, I was able to meet him at QuailCon. He stayed with us. I picked him up from the airport. Fantastic guy. And he does a lot of self-sufficient with rabbits and quail, and just, you know, around the house kind of thing. So I love watching his videos as well. So check that out as well. And with that being said, we are going to be doing some videos in the next week or two that are something I probably should have done a long, long time ago. You know, we're going to do an intro video about who Myshire is, kind of how we came to be, for people that have not subscribed. I guess you don't see that video if you've already subscribed. And then we're going to be doing a featured video, which I will actually be doing this week, and it is going to be entitled The Self-Sufficient Quail. And I'm going to give a lot of topic points, I guess you can say, talking points on why Coturnix quail would be fantastic to raise for your homestead or your self-sufficient lifestyle, or, you know, just starting out, or backyard, or whatever the case may be. So it'll be some fun things, it'll be some weird things, it'll be some educational things, but that'll be a featured video on there, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to try to get all this done by the end of the year, because that was on my to-do list, and I don't like to fail. So I got to get it done. So that's what we're going to be working on that, but I'd love for you to check it out and give me your feedback, because I am not good at this stuff at all. It's miserable to me, but it needs to be done. So I'm learning as I go. So, all right. I think that was all the announcements. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and we'll get you taken care of. There was one thing, I know I'm boring you, but I really would like your feedback on this. I typically like feedback all year, but I guess I don't push it as much. You know, as far as the hatching rate goes, I push that, and I think that I'm easily accessible to you guys for you guys to give me feedback. But I guess I don't ask as much as I really should as far as feedback goes. So I was doing research for updating the YouTube channel and all that, and they recommended that we do a membership, which is $4.99 a month. And you know, you get perks and you get, you know, stuff like that with it. But I wasn't going to do it, but then I started thinking about it. And for the 18 and under contest, which we do every month, I was thinking that if you would just want to donate $5 a month and do the membership, and then I was thinking for members only, we would do a live Q&A once a week or once every 2 weeks, or whatever the case may be, where it's just more of a one-on-one or more of an enclosed group. I have not fully, I'm really up in the air. So I could really use your feedback on what you guys think. If you think it's pointless, or you think it's a great idea, or you think you're indifferent, it doesn't matter. I'd love to know. And I'd appreciate it. I think that is it. So if you will be so kind to hit the like button, support the channel. Our goal here every live is to get 140 likes. So far, we have not failed, thanks to all of you. So I really appreciate it. Verna will be taking those notes, which I appreciate. And I did not mention, but Beth Reed, Verna Young, and Ed from Ed Got Bait is my moderators on here on YouTube. They do a fantastic job, and I thank them very much. I am in communication with Verna every week, at least. Beth, a little less, but we still communicate. And Ed just became one, but I've already started utilizing him. So thank you all for helping me out get the word. All right, here we go. Last thing. There is a $sign in the comments section. That is for super sticker, super chat. Long story short, that is just a donation to the channel. Those donations go towards the 18 and under contest for an incubator, as we have not found a vendor yet that is willing to do that for us. So if you would like to donate to the 18 and under contest, you can do so. I think we only need like $30 more. I forgot to look. I meant to look. I think we only need $30 more to get an incubator for December's winner. But I think we'll have that. We've got plenty of weeks left. And if we don't, then I will be happy to spend the rest. So, but that's just what that's for, just so you know. And Ed Got Bait, again, you're very generous with time, money, everything. So thank you very much for donating $10. Love your ideas. Thank you very much. You were a big part of that this week, so I appreciate it. You really pushed me to stop being lazy on the YouTube channel. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. We're getting somewhere. So thank you very much. All right, here we go. Junie is in the house. Welcome. Beth Reed is obviously in the house, and she's getting some coffee. Let's see. Verna Young is obviously in the house. Susan Smith is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're all here. And she is very excited. Katrina is in the house, and new moderator for Newbie Quail Lovers, so I'm very excited about that. She posted a welcome post earlier this week. I noticed that, and I thought that was super cool. So very good job. Love the picture as well. Oh, and if you join the group, the self-sufficient Quail on Facebook, again, I'm not all fancy and stuff. Like, I would rather talk to you. I can work really hard, but as far as computer stuff goes, guys, I'm awful at it. I just am. It is what it is. You're gonna have to take my good and my bad with it. Jasmine Bass redid the photo of the main page, and it looks fantastic. So I've already asked her to use that, if I could use that for the video I'll be doing this week about self-sufficient quail. But it looks fantastic. It looks awesome. So thank you very much. Let's see. Anne is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Joe is in the house. First time hatch out of 54 Caternix eggs, 5 on day 17, 7 on 18, 1 on 19. Then I assisted 5 of them on day 20. One of the 5 ended up with curled foot. With this will this self-correct? It will not self-correct. Usually that, I would assume the one that ended with the curled feet is one that hatched out on day 20. That usually means, because you had such a weird hatch on different days, that usually means that your temp is off a little bit. So I would highly recommend checking that out, putting a separate thermometer, hydrometer in there. I actually bought 3 different kinds this week, and we're testing those out. So I'll finish that test on Tuesday, and I'm hoping that I will be able to start recommending a thermometer / hydrometer for you. And that should help. But I don't know if those were from us. If they are, please let me know. Let's see, 5, 10, 12, 13, 18 out of 54 is not great. If they were from us, please let me know. We need to try to fix the problem, and then we'll be happy to get you taken care of. But either way, I'd love to help you out. So make sure you test the temperature. it looks like it's a temperature issue. And good luck. But let me know. Joan is in the house from Southern Arizona. Welcome. Glad you're here. Flew the Coop Farms is in the house from Missouri. Welcome. Sorry. James is in the house from Maryland. Welcome. Glad you're here. No one's talking to me. Jasmine Bass is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Witch Doctor's in the house. Welcome. I think you're in Vegas, so that's pretty cool. Linda Smith is in California. She's here. Joy is in the house from Oregon. Witch Doctor says, I want to go to Hobby Lobby and get some cute stuff to take pictures of our birds. Good idea. Like the idea. Nikki James is in the house. Welcome. Tim is in the house from Michigan. Welcome. Jasmine watching from Southwest Missouri, cooking up some pot pie filling for dinner. Very cool. I did not have dinner yet. Whiskey Tango Farms donated. The membership idea is great. Okay, it's gone. Oh, I think I missed somebody else. Rhineck Poultry and Aviary donated $20. I appreciate that. We are, I don't know where we left that, Rhineck Poultry and Aviary. So if we have any extra money at the end of the month, we're actually going to do a gift card. I think that you're sending a gift card. I think you were going to send the gift card yourself. So this could be extra. I don't know. We can talk about that. But if we have any extra, we're going to send gift card for feed or other expenses or things like that to help the 18 and unders really prosper. And that was Rhineck Poultry and Aviary's idea. So I thought that was a fantastic idea. Whiskey Tango Farms donated $20. The membership idea is great. Hope to help with the 18 and under contest. Had great hatch rates this last week from Myshire. Already sent the results. Absolutely. You did have a great hatch rate this week. That is wonderful. By the way, Verna does take notes on everybody that's donated and how much. She sent those to me, and we keep a file. When we announce the winner of the 18 and under contest, the first Sunday of every month, we will go through how much was donated, what we bought, and so you know where the money goes, because I don't want everybody to be like, oh yeah, I'm sure. So, which I get. I mean, you guys deserve to know, especially with all the donations. Vams Smith donated $10. Thank you very much. We definitely have the amount. You do not have to feel like you have to donate anymore. But thank you very much. That is absolutely awesome. And I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. That was very generous. Hello, everyone. Deandra and Clement is in the house. Welcome. La Rochelle Farm is in the house from Connecticut. I'm still very proud that I can say that name. Still very proud. Vam Smith says, hello, I have 2 weeks before deciding which chicks stay as breeders. I would love to encourage more Graufies to hatch. I have a few Graufies hens, possibly a male. I was wondering in the variety of color. Should keep to encourage more to hatch Graufie. I have a wide range of colors and love the snowies, pearls, and Graufies I have the most. Yeah, I would definitely keep. I love the Graus. Plus, it carries the feed gene, so you're going to get a lot of fun colors out of it as well, especially if you mix that with the other colors that you have. The pearls are a lot of fun to mix with the Graufies, and the snowies not as much, but you keep them separate and they are very, very pretty. So I completely understand that. Chicken was ready for tonight, but quail next pot pie. There you go. Whiskey Tango Farms is in the house. Good evening, Zach and everyone. Got almost 4 inches of snow this morning. Yeah, it was like blizzard-like out here. It was kind of weird. So it's a little chilly tonight, but that's all right. Chad is in the house. Congratulations to new admins and mods on Facebook. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Carrie's in the house from Southwest Missouri. Mashvi is in the house from Australia. Very cool. Welcome. Glad you're here. I know it's super late there, so I appreciate you tuning in. Friendly Friends has international ordering ready. It is not. I don't like waiting on other people. I have very low patient threshold for that. Like if I want to do something, I really like to do it. But if I have to wait on others, then I'm just waiting. Like I'm just waiting. It is what it is. So no, not yet. I wish I did. If it was up to me, it'd be done. But the Daily Quail's in the house, day 17 for 25 pearl eggs. Anticipation is killing me. Absolutely. Best of luck to you. And let us know what the end results were. McLeod, please explain this. Oh yeah, so everything on the channel will be free. Okay. So I guess I didn't get to the comments yet. Yeah, everything on YouTube will be free. They just suggest. I was doing a lot of research. They suggested a membership which is just you can do member only videos, or you can do videos that post earlier for members and then post, which I would not do. I was thinking maybe just a separate live. We would still do this live, and everything is free. It would really just the only reason I would do that is if people wanted to continuously donate to the 18 under contest. And again, I don't even know if it's worth doing. I don't know. I don't know. It was just a thought. It was just an option that YouTube gave when I was doing the research. So yeah, no, everything still will be free. That's not a big deal at all. It mainly was just, hey, instead of people donating every week, they could just do $5. Anyways, that was just it. So no, all the videos will still be free. We'll still be posting everything. You don't have to pay for anything. All this is free. So if I gave the wrong impression, I am very sorry. That's not what I meant at all. They just have like extra perks, like their name is highlighted. They get different emojis. And then there was other stuff like, videos only or live feed only, which I thought might not be the end of the world. But no, everything is still free. Don't worry about that. And if I said it wrong, then I am very sorry. And thanks for Ed for texting me and mentioning it now. So I might have explained that incorrectly. I apologize. But if you have any questions about it, feel free to let me know. If you can hit the like button, support the channel, I would appreciate it. And that's free. And that just makes me feel good. McLeod Family Farm says, good evening, everyone. I hope you all have a great day. Absolutely. Welcome. Glad you're here. Dr. Connie's in the house from Central Florida. Welcome. Glad you're here. Shelly is in the house from South Carolina. And Rhine Egg Poultry and Aviary is in North Carolina. Welcome. Glad you're both here. Marilyn Perry is in the house from North Carolina. Very cool. Racer Tim 7 is in the middle of Tennessee. Welcome, glad you're here. Shelly C says here from Worcester, just put 45 fab feet into lockdown 4 hours ago. Very exciting. Best of luck to you, and keep us posted on the hatch. Joldy Hahn is in the house from Idaho. Welcome. All kinds of states tonight. That's pretty interesting. Friendly Friend from the Caribbean. Welcome, glad you're here. Dale's Quails is in the house. Good evening, Quailers. Wisconsin, and in the road back home from Whiskey Tango Farm. So just listening in tonight. Well, glad you're here. Welcome, and thanks for the donation. By the way, the 18 and under contest is a lot of you that donate every week for the incubator. We donate eggs and a candler. Ed Got Bait donates a pair of scissors. Dale's Quails donates a brooder. Whiskey Tango Farms donates a feeder, a water, a sticker, an egg holder, and a heat lamp. I don't know why it's so hard for me to remember all that stuff, but they donate a lot. And then Wynola Ranch donates a breeder cage. So they get like the whole setup. We've done a video on that if you want to check that out. So for all of those that donate their time and money and energy and product to send to them, thank you very much. And to all of you that donate on the live, I think it's fantastic. We're getting them an incubator, and now we're going to get them some a gift cards for some feed and things like that. And I think it's fantastic, and I'm glad a lot of people are involved with it. And that is the only reason why I brought up that membership thing, is just for this 18 and under. I just thought maybe it'd be a better idea, but obviously there was people that did not like it, so that's fine. Chad Berryhill donated $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and it will go to a good cause. If you do not want to donate, you do not have to. We do have enough money for this month for the incubator. I think we were looking, I forget how much, but I know we hit it over for this month because of all the generosity. So if you want to wait till next month, go ahead. If you don't, then we'll send them extra stuff. So Marilyn Ruttenberg is in the house from North Carolina. Welcome, glad you're here. Lynn Hudson's in the house. You are quite welcome. Happy to serve. Please continue to protect our freedom in the upside down world. Absolutely, and thank you for your service. Yeah, I really love Veterans Day. So yeah, thank you for your service. Ronick Poultry and Aviary says y'all can send some of the snow down here. You can have all mine. I can't stand snow. Richard in East Tennessee is in the house. Andrea from Oklahoma City is in the house. Welcome. LaRonda Torson is in the house. Welcome. I am not a good reader, obviously, so if I mispronounce your name, it is not on purpose, and I apologize. Jolie says, just got my Egyptian fees that I got at auction in the incubator today. Awesome. Best of luck to you. We are going to be shipping a ton of eggs out. I mean, like a massive amount. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So if you're waiting on eggs, you'll probably get them. You might have been waiting a little bit longer, but Wednesday was Veterans Day, so the post office was closed. So I really didn't want to ship after Wednesday, or I couldn't ship Wednesday anyway, or Thursday, whatever day it was. I can't remember. I think it was Thursday. I can't remember. Anyways, I didn't want to ship right before and I didn't want to ship right after, so we got some corporate accounts out, things like that, but we'll be getting a ton of orders out this week, so you will be getting a lot of eggs this week if you've ordered. Jessica Meeks is in the house from North Carolina. Welcome, glad you're here. Self-sufficient quail doesn't show up on a Facebook search. That is interesting. We'll have to take a look at that. I did entitle it The Self-Sufficient Quail. Maybe that's it. Maybe I spelled it wrong. I don't know. I can look into that. I'll write myself a note. Hold, please. While I'm doing this, if you could hit the like button, support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Self-sufficient quail, not. But it is on there, and we do have members. So maybe I'll have to look at it. Psycho Word 360 is in the house from Vegas. Welcome. Rhineck Poultry and Avery says, question. When you started going to flock swaps, how did you deal with those selling birds half lower than you're charging? Had an epic sell at a new swap yesterday, so I'm super excited. Awesome. Congratulations. And that's awesome. I've never really focused on trying to sell price. I try to sell quality. I guess the number one piece of advice that I can give you is you never down talk anyone else. Ever. You just don't do it. They either need to hear about it from themselves, have their experience, or whatever the case may be, but you just build up your why they should buy from you. And price really should, I mean, if you explain to them that you're always there, #1 customer service, #1 in quail quality, we guarantee what we sell you, whatever the case may be. Will you lose some sales to people that undercut? Yes, absolutely. But it's not worth it. It's not enough business to worry about. And most of the time, they usually won't have a good experience, and so they'll come to you anyway. So just be knowledgeable, be willing to share information, and I guess the biggest advice would be to completely ignore it. When people talk against me or try to undercut me or try to, whatever. If people talk crap about me is what I'm trying to say. It's better just to ignore. I mean, we've got better stuff to do. So just let it go and move on and take care of the next customer, and hopefully they'll be back. And if they won't be, then that's okay. Hopefully I answered that. If you have more questions, feel free to ask. La Rochelle Farm says, wish there was a different platform for the Myshire auction. I'm doing everything I can to stay away from Facebook. We're actually looking into that, La Rochelle Farm. We're looking into that. I'd like to do it on the website and then just give you a coupon code. But my brain just doesn't work that way. So I know there's a possibility. I know there's a way to do it, and I'm looking into it, but I worked on it for literally an hour, which is a long time for me. And there was a lot of heavy breathing, a lot of words that probably shouldn't have came out, a lot of just whew. So I had to take a break, but I am looking into that because I would like to get, a lot of people enjoy the auctions on Facebook. I'd like to do it off of Facebook as well. I'd still do both, but it just, it's just a fun community. We all have fun. It's good prices, blah, blah, blah. So I'd like to do it in a different platform. I am working on that. S. McGee is in the house with the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you haven't, hit the like button, support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. LaRonda says, can we get links for all the groups posted? That's a great idea. If the moderator, I've already seen the moderators on here. So Beth, Verna, everybody, Flew the Coop Farms, Whiskey Tango Farms. I've not seen PJ, and I've not seen Steve-O for the Quail call. Jasmine Bass I've seen, Katrina I've seen. If you guys could post, if not, I am actually going to do a resource video this week. So we are going to talk about the Facebook groups. We're going to talk about different YouTube channels and different resources that you can get different ideas from. So I will be doing that, and the links will be in that video as well. But you might want to check in the comments because Verna is pretty on top of that stuff, to be honest. But yeah, that's a great idea. Could you please list the names of those new groups? Sure. So real quick, it's going to be Newbie Quail Lovers, Quail Call, which is advanced quail raising, Quail for Profit. I think you know what that is. And the self-sufficient quail, which again, that group is not going to be for people that just want to raise them as pets. We're going to get our hands dirty with butchering, aggressiveness, how to breed it out. We're going to self-sufficient all the way. So there's going to be a lot of calling, a lot of butchering in that. So if that's not what you want to see, that group is not for you. I'm just giving you the warning. But I'd like to see a bunch of us grow self-sufficiency, and that's really what I want to do. Is this year we're going to finish up the year with a bunch of stuff that honestly I should have been doing a long time ago, like who Myshire is, what our page is about, the self-sufficient quail. That should have been a video that I did a long time ago. I did, but it's a bad video. So there's just a lot of stuff I got to finish up. But next year, my complete goal, because I've already written my goals, and I'm almost done with our business plan for next year. And next year it is going to be obviously a lot about quail, but it's not going to be all about quail. I really want to get more self-sufficient. We've really let a lot of things go here. We'll be butchering a cow. We're going to be doing videos on that. We're going to be breeding our Kuni pigs. We're going to do videos on that. We're going to be breeding our goats and getting a dairy goat as well with our meat goats. We'll be doing videos on that. We've got bees, but we barely work with them. We'll be doing videos on that. I really want to get self-sufficient. I am not very educated on that stuff. So I'm learning now, and then we'll just make a lot of mistakes along the way, which is how I pretty much learn anyway. And you guys can learn from my mistakes and join the ride, and we'll do it together. So that's really what I want to do starting next year, but I really want to finish up a lot of things that I should have already been doing already. So there's that. Feel like I was rambling. I apologize. Let's see. Psycho War. Oh, no. Linda says, made it. The prepared homestead is going through a rough patch right now with negative jerks. A lot of strange people out there. I hate to hear that. I'm very sorry. I like the name, the prepared homestead. I like that. And, negativity is contagious, but so is positivity. And I'm a big believer that it's mind over matter. So if you don't mind, it don't matter. Will some people mind? Probably, yep. But, you just got to keep doing your thing, So if someone wants to be a jerk, or if you're going through a rough patch, you just stay focused. And that's what separates people that succeed and people that don't, is when it gets bad, you got to stay focused and not pay attention to the haters. Or the jerks. You just gotta, you go with what you're supposed to be doing, you stick with the plan, and then you're gonna come out the other side even better. So hang in there. Richard Brown says, loving my new GQF, first hatch, 85 in lockdown, 72 chicks, I'm a happy camper. That is awesome, congratulations. That is super great. I don't know if those were from us. If they are, let me know so I can write it down, but if they're not, still a great hatch. Congratulations. That's super cool. Jennifer says, thank you for, I'm going to say it again. Thank you all for what you do. Thank you very much. I don't know why that was so hard. Junie is in the house, says Chris Carnes is a great guy. He really is. Chris Carnes from Slightly Redneck. If you're not a part of his YouTube channel, you really should be. He's got great videos, very optimistic, very positive, very upbeat. His videos are just contagious, you know? And very informative. He's very well educated. So I really do like watching his videos. PJ's Family Farm is in the house from New York. Welcome. Linda, I'm number 52 thumb and did get my starter pack of quail breeders, 1 male and 5 females. Awesome. Congratulations. We do sell live quail on the website. We ship those every Tuesday, and we have pretty good luck with those, but we guarantee that they'll all arrive happy and healthy. Probably in the past 2 or 3 months, we've lost 1 quail, but we've replaced it. Overall, I mean, considering we ship about 200 to 350 a week, losing 1 in the past month and a half, I would say is not bad, not bad. Butch Garner is in the house. Welcome. Sorry, I almost missed you. Thank you, Verna. I appreciate it. It looks good, Zach. Just need the intro video. I will be doing that this week. I was actually going to be doing it and then realized that I didn't do a Quail for Profit video, so I had to do that. But I will be doing that shortly. Joan is in the house. Thanks for the heads up about quail call. Not a problem. Hopefully it helps. Marilyn is in the house. What is the youngest age jumbo quail that can be used for meat? It's a good question. I mean, I guess you can butcher at any age. Honestly, I recommend 8 weeks. I think 8 weeks is a very good size. And then if you go past that, it's really not worth the feed money ratio to what you'll get in weight. So I like 8 weeks. Some people like 10, some people like 12. I don't know of anybody that does 6. 8 is pretty young. So I'm going to say 8, but that's the thought process behind it. Frank Crow's in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Yusuf is in the house. Welcome. He is a contestant for next month, 18 and under. So good luck to you. Great, Zach. You should do that for the membership. Make donations easier. It was an idea. James Willis is in the house. Cleveland County, North Carolina. Welcome. Glad you're here. Shelly, I won't spend money for a YouTube group. I think I really explained that wrong. I spent 2 months' money to get my quail. I can't join anything. Everything is still free. Don't worry about that. I joined a membership, not a problem. Again, it would mainly just be for the 18 and under contest. Maybe a couple perks just as a thank you. That's how I should have said it. If we did the membership, it'd pretty much just be a donation to the 18 under contest, and then I would try to do a thank you, once a month where it's just a live Q&A with us or something like that. It's just a thought. Wait, what are you guys talking about? What members? Okay. I think membership isn't a terrible idea, but I think it might create a divide within the public that does watch. I guess it would just depend on benefits of membership versus not. Again, I think I completely explained that incorrectly. Ed Got Bait donated $10, so thank you again. MG Toe Shorts 2.0 says, can I use 1/2 hardware cloth on a brooder? You can. No, you can't. It won't hurt their feet after I remove the paper floor after 1 week. You wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't. You definitely wouldn't be able to pull the paper towels up and leave them off after a week. They're still too small. We do 1/2. Honestly, we don't have a lot of issues with the poop not going through 1/2 because we only leave them in there for 3 to 4 weeks. I really don't recommend it. I haven't tried it, so I don't know for sure. I do 1/2. That's just what I recommend. Myshire Golds from the batch I won on one of your YouTube lives, set 58. I accidentally broke 2 getting them out of the foam. Hatch 43. I'll take those numbers. 43 out of the golds. Yep. Awesome. Congratulations, especially since they were a contest. That's super cool. Congratulations, Katrina. Dale's Quails, again, donated $20. Might as well get a head start on next month. There you go. Thank you very much. Let's see. I lost my... Oh, there we are. Beth Reed says, I've never joined a paid YouTube membership. Doubt I would. Again, it would just be... I hope I explained it. I'm going to just assume that since I explained it before all the comments, that you guys understand what I was saying now. Linda says, hey, Zach, do you just do a video while you do your chores? Yes, I know. It's just hard for me to get in that mindset, but I'm going to do better. I'm getting there. Courtney Shore is in the house. Hello from Utah, listening with my oldest daughter, Addie. She loves the show. Well, welcome. Glad you're here, Addie and Courtney. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Can you repeat the minimum maximum weight of jumbo wild eggs to put on the incubator? I do not remember that off the top of my head. It would be in the video. This is not the right notebook. No. Definitely not the right notebook. I would have to look that up, but it is going to be in the playlist, the Jumbo Wild Breeder Program, Jumbo Breeding Program. You'll find it. It's a playlist. It'll be on there, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But you can text me this week. Verna is kind enough to put my phone number, email address, and website in the comments, so you can contact me and I can get those numbers. I just have to look. I think I know, but I would probably be wrong. Jesse Brown's in the house from Idaho. Welcome. Let's see. Scott says, does anyone use a mash for quail? Do for chickens, ducks, turkeys? Is it safe for quail? It consists of frozen kale, peas, cooked rice, oatmeal, spinach, various squash, blueberries, frozen fruit. We have not done it, but I do know some people that have, and they've done it for quite some time, and they say it works great. But I do not have any personal experience with that, so keep that in mind. But I do know of at least 2 or 3 people that do it, and they swear by it. So I'd test it out. I'd try it, but I just don't have any experience with it. Brad Davis says, hello from upstate New York. Welcome. Question, when processing quail, is there a certain amount of time in the ice water before freezing? A lot of different opinions on that. We don't, but in the ice water themselves, I lied. We do 2 minutes is what we do. From the ice to, vacuum seal. Don't know why I couldn't say that. Yeah, so we do 2 minutes in there. Let's see. Rhineck Poultry and Aviary donated $20. Again, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, to the 18 under contest. Send $20 for the feed. Okay, so I'll just send the gift card. That's great. If you want to get with me this week, we'll get that organized, just so we're organized. I was still a little unclear about it, so thank you very much. Yusuf donated $2. Thank you very much, Yusuf. And you're even part of the 18 and under contest, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. I just put the free eggs I got here under lockdown today. Awesome. Best of luck to you, and keep us posted. Rhineck Poultry and Aviary says, by the way, the crash boxes add a 72% hatch rate total together. Love it. Rhineck Poultry and Aviary got a box that was just demolished. I mean, it was opened on the side. 72% hatch rate on that kind of box, that I will take that every day. Congratulations. And obviously you're doing things right, so that's super cool. Congratulations. Whiskey Tango Farms donated $20 to the 18 and under contest. The membership idea is great. Happy to help with the 18 and under contest. Had great hatch rates this last week from Myshire. Already sent the results. I got them. Thank you very much. Deandra said, oh, nope, not talking to me. She is one of them that does that and says, we do, and they do fine on it, which was the mash. So that's great. Jerry says, hatched 43 out of 60 eggs. You sent me 42 alive and well at 7 weeks old. I love that. Jerry Levy, if you're still on, if you could let me know what kind of eggs that was, that'd be fantastic. But either way, I will put that in the notes. Great hatch rate. Congratulations. William from Wisconsin's in the house. Welcome. Rachel says, we have about 4 or 5 days until our eggs hatch. So excited. Awesome. Best of luck to you. And let us know what the hatch results were. You can text me this week or let us know next week, but we'd love to know. Best of luck to you. Johnny's in the house. Hello, everyone. Joe says, my next batch of eggs will be from you, but waiting till mid-December. I would assume that means you're waiting on Jumbo Wilds. I'm not too sure, but you can order anytime. Yeah, the Jumbo Wilds won't be back on the website until beginning to mid-December. We got some massive orders in for other breeders that we have to get out. But I'm glad they're doing that. Typically, they wait until they absolutely need them, and I'm already backed up. So this year is actually going pretty smooth. We just needed more of them, but that's a good problem to have. Let's see. Russell says, question, is it normal when they first start to lay to get eggs without shells, small eggs and weird color eggs, while some are normal and some double yolkers? Usually, it could be because they're too young. It could be that. Usually, that is a feed issue. It's usually a calcium issue or a fiber issue that helps develop the eggs, helps them lay the eggs, so on and so forth. So I guess I would need to know how young they are. Because if they're like 5 weeks old, then yeah, I just let it be. Don't worry about it. But if they're like 8, 9 weeks old, then that is not very normal. I would check the feed. Yeah, let me know how I would need to know the age to be able to give you an exact answer. Will there be jumbo wild eggs available this week? There will not be. I am going as quickly as I can, but I got to get these orders out. And I don't want you to have to purchase on the website and then it take like a month for me to ship. I'd rather just take them off and wait that way. So I will get them on there as quickly as possible, but you can always feel free to text me during the week. And I can give you more of an update on when they'll be available. Nabika from Mary Quail in California here. I'm a bit late. Well, welcome. Glad you're here. And love the name, Mary Quail. That's very cool. Jasmine Bass donated to the 1800 contest. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Vam Smith donated as well. That is awesome. We did hit our mark for November to get an incubator for December's contest winner, which is great. Awesome. Thank you very much for all of you that have donated. I really appreciate it. Plus, we've gotten a little bit more that we will send them a gift card for, and I will give you all that information on the first Sunday when we announce the winner. If you'll be so kind to hit the like button, support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Courtney Shore says the membership is a good idea, but it does make your page not accessible for people on a budget. That's a bummer. It would just be, everything would still be free. Just in case you missed that. Misty is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Jim Young is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Richard Brown says, my hatch was second generation from Myshire Great Birds. Okay. Myshire was second gen. Okay, so you were hatching out your own. I would definitely check your incubator. I'm a little worried, especially with the weather change. I'm thinking that it might be off. Not a ton. I would probably say it's probably sitting somewhere around 98. So I would check that and you should be getting a much better result after that. But let me know what you find out. Junie said he wouldn't stop. Oh, nope. Okay, sorry. We are 2 days from lockdown. My husband just informed me. Can't wait to see our white-winged pharaohs from Rachel Johnson. Welcome. Glad you're here and best of luck. And let me know what the hatch rate was. Good luck. Misty says, my Myshire eggs go into lockdown on this coming Saturday. Can't wait. Awesome. Best of luck to you. And let us know what the hatch rate is. We have a lot of hatching out. So the next week or two on our lives, I'm assuming we're going to get a lot of hatch rates, which is exciting. I like it. Bring them on. Jesse Brown says, if the males are not producing foam when they are old enough to be vint-sexed, what else can you look for to distinguish between the two sexes? That is it. 6 weeks might be a little young. If they're not producing foam by 8 weeks, then we've got a problem. If they're not producing foam, then they're not doing their job, and most likely they're not even acting like it. Jesse Brown, if you're still on, let me know how old they are. How did Papa the Builder customize the Amazon incubator egg trays to hold 221 eggs? We cut we cut and then we glued together. We're actually going to be doing, we're actually going to be disassembling our Gigantor incubator, and we're going to be revamping it, and we'll be doing steps along the way as far as videos go. So I'm very excited about that. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, click all the things. Thank you very much, Whiskey Tango Farms. Hit the like button, support the channel. I would appreciate it. Marilyn says, thankful for someone to share so much of their time to try to help other people better themselves. Thank you very much. Linda says, my SSCs are 8 weeks old today. I get 2 eggs a day. I have 20 birds. The ones that I have checked really don't show either male or female yet. Is it possible they need a few more weeks to vent sex? You might want to wait an extra week. Linda Smith, how much light do they have? Because that could slow their process down a little bit. If they're 8 weeks old, if you can't vensex them by next week, then I'd like you to let me know and we'll try to help you out. The SSCs, you can kind of tell male from female when they're about 6 weeks old by looking at them. Not all, but a lot of them. If you can't vensex them by next week, then get with me and I'll try to help you out individually. I lost my... Oh, Shelly says, I prefer no subscription fee. It does seem that you have a lot on your plate, fairly full. I do. Again, it was just for the 18 under contest that I think that I must have explained that extremely wrong. So I apologize to everybody. But pretty much, if you were wanting to donate just $5 a month, then we could do that membership, and it's really no different. Doesn't change the YouTube channel at all. It was just an option. But obviously a lot of people don't like it, so we won't do it. It's fine. It was just a thought. I was listening to someone say that the healthiest poultry are feed hemp seeds. Have you? I've not looked into the feed hemp. I know of one person, but I can't remember who it was. It was a while ago that they were doing it, but I never heard back. So I have no experience with that at all. Johnny says, my incubator can only handle 45 to 50 eggs. Do you think you could do a couple smaller auctions next week? I can. Usually I will. I just knew that I did not. When I do small auctions, they have to go real fast. And so I literally have to be on my phone, and I just could not do it. I had to keep walking away. So I just couldn't do it this week. So yes, I will hopefully not be behind next week. So I will do a bunch of 30 count auctions and things like that. Let's see. Greetings from Southern Indiana. Welcome, DC's Birds and Bees. Welcome. S. McGee says, hi from Washington. Just went into lockdown with my own 35 plus of mixed eggs. Awesome. Good luck. And that's an extra level. You're growing. That's awesome. Congratulations. The Rochelle Farm says, not sure how to say this without coming out the wrong way. With the monthly winner, you don't have any concerns about giving everything to one person. I love the idea itself. I do. I do. But I love the thought behind it. I love the thought behind it. And if by chance, I don't know how to say that without it coming off wrong. Okay, here we go. If by chance someone wins and takes advantage of it, they get all the stuff and they had no desire to do it, and they sell it all and make a little bit of money off of it, off of all of our products and all of your donations, that's a bummer. But on the same token, I want to believe that that's not the case. And I do know that our last winner, which is actually Jasmine Bass's brother, yes, she is keeping me very updated on his excitement, and we are going to start requesting from them either videos or pictures of the setup, not necessarily with them because they're under 18. So, just, maybe a small video of them hatching out of the incubator or building the cage, when it's finally done. And I'd like to put that on the YouTube channel. So hopefully that will discourage people from not taking advantage. I do understand the concern. I think that I just want to be naive about it. Is the long story short. I want to believe that people won't do that because I love the idea. I love the process behind it, and I think it does help. Let's just hope I'm right. Let's see. Hello, Louisiana here. Do you suggest maximum number of quail chicks per brooder? I do. I recommend 6 quail chicks per brooder. And then once they're 3 weeks old, I recommend 3 to 3.5, depending on if they're standard or jumbo. I seen you have a bunch of brooders, and I know it's a keep color separate. Yeah, we recommend 6 chicks per square foot up until they're 3 weeks old, and then 3 to 3.5 quail per square foot after that, because the jumbos will need a little bit more room. Very good question. Kelly Ford is in the house, Arkansas here. If I'm growing out for meat, do I feed high percentage the whole 10 weeks? Yes. Yep. You would want to keep your males on the high protein the entire time. The only reason you would want to switch that at about 8 weeks is if they're going to be your breeders, and the hens will need a little bit extra calcium. You could feed them the high protein for 10 weeks and maybe just add calcium to it. You could do that as well. But if they're just for meat, then yeah, it's a high protein meat source entire way. Absolutely. Shelly C said, I noticed that some of my fab fee hatching eggs were very large. Does large egg size lead to larger birds, or do hens that will lay larger eggs? No, it does not. I mean, it correlates a little, but not enough to even discuss. So the large egg does not correlate to large bird. Large egg does not really correlate to large egg either. It does play a factor in it, but again, not very much. Not very much. But our fab fees are quite large, to be honest with you. La Rochelle Farm says, kind of not really having any skin in the game. Thank you very much for letting me know. Vam Smith says, I have a community housing for the quail, and adding the jumbo whites I ordered from you with the white dilute coloring and the gray fee and pearls, or would it encourage more colors and large size? Well, that's a good question. It's a good question. We typically have stayed away from... You can increase the size by adding jumbos to the fees. You need to make sure that the fee keeps going. The gray fees, which is the growl fees, and the pearls, which is really... A pearl is an Italian, which is a gold quail, but it's got the fee gene, so it dilutes the color. Okay, the white, if they're jumbo white, they're going to be larger. You can put that with it, which is recessive. The white is recessive as well, so you can increase that. I don't necessarily recommend you putting the whites with the pearls. You really don't have any benefit there, but that's how we got our growl fee tuxedos, which we have on the website as well, is we crossed them with the whites, and that's how you get tuxedos. So you can do that. I really wouldn't recommend doing it with the pearls because there really is, there's no benefit of that, in my opinion. But you could, if you wanted to, you could. La Rochelle Farm says, again, not sure how to say it and not have it come out the wrong way. No, I get what you're saying. I completely understand that. And it's crossed my mind, unfortunately. But I guess when it comes down to it, I'm just willing to take the chance, I guess. You know, if somebody does take advantage of the 18 and under contest system, then I'll look at it as it's the thought that counts. And if we do get the younger generation involved and educated and excited about it, and get the whole family involved where they can do it together, even if 6 of them turn out to be that way and the other 6 take advantage of the situation, then it's worth it to me, is how I look at it. It is a good question, though. I lost my spot. Wow, I really lost my spot. I think the point of it is make sure that the person has everything they need to start. Mention the cost to feed the yes. Olive Egger, not talking to me. Sorry, everybody. Lee Roberts is from Oklahoma. Welcome, glad to hear. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will be happy to help. Kelly Ford says Jumbo Egyptians. Oh, cool. Thanks. I will write that down now. Appreciate it. And thanks for still watching. That's super cool. Egyptians. Appreciate it. Again, hit the like button, support the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Given a monthly winner, 18 younger jump start with the right raising quail. Yeah, I think what he was saying was, aren't you worried that maybe some people will take advantage of it? And we get some emails that I can tell was not written by a child, and those are discarded. Yeah, so we kind of have a good buddy system now. So the winner, we have a group text with Whiskey Tango Farms, Dale's Quails, and Winola Ranch, and I am sending them the email of the winner every month. So I think that helps. And we really look into, if it's a 5-year-old and they're using really big words, it's like, okay, mom and dad, you can't just get free stuff. You know what I mean? We're cautiously optimistic. That's how I'm going to keep it. We're cautiously optimistic. Self-sufficient quail group might be private. I can't find it either. It is private. But you should be able to find it. Crap. Okay, so if you want to, I don't know if Jasmine Bass is still on. For the time being, if you want to join the Self-Sufficient Quail Facebook group that we just started, the topics actually start tomorrow. Why don't you message me on Facebook, and I will add you to the group until we find out why no one can see it. Because that's irritating the crap out of me. I didn't know that was the case. But thank you all for letting me know. See, I love your feedback. Witch Doctor says, can someone post a link to the newbie quail group, to the self-sufficient group? Looks like Verna did right below, I do believe. Question, at what age do you pair up your breeding pairs? And why do you say you separate them at 7 weeks and not at 4 weeks like the rest? I don't know what you mean, as far as separate at 7 weeks and not 4 weeks. I don't know what that means. When we do our breeders, we do our colors standard size at 8 weeks, and we do all of our jumbos at 10. So when we do new breeding programs, for example, if we did a new breeding program for our jumbos, a new breeding colony for our jumbos, then we will put them in there after we weigh them at 10 weeks old. And then starting when they're 12 weeks old is when we start using the eggs to ship out. If we're doing standard standard colors, then we do 8 weeks into the breeding colony. Okay, thank you, Joldy. Then I don't remember where it was at. Oh, yeah, so the standard colors is 8 weeks, move them into the colony cage, and then starting at 10 weeks is when we'll start using the eggs. So the first 2 weeks they're not in, or the first 2 weeks that they are in the breeding program to ship out eggs, they're not used. For a couple different reasons. That's just part of our thing. So hopefully that answered. And then why do you say, so anything that we can sex out, we separate when we move them out of the brooder before they become sexually mature, the males. And that tends to keep the males at bay and not be aggressive. And it helps us out a lot, but I don't know what you mean by the 7 weeks. So if you could ask again, I'd be happy to answer. I just don't know exactly what you mean. And if you'll be so kind to just hit the like button, support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Linda says, should I change my layer feed if my SSCs are 8 weeks old? I thought you said up to 10 weeks, all about the colors, up to 8 to 10 weeks. I'm not sure if they're, no. Should I change to layer feed? No, especially if they're not laying. No, not at all. So you just have to keep in mind, okay, you can do, well, for example, here's a good example. I got a great example for everybody. I'm super excited. So Chris from Slightly Redneck, he uses a starter grower, which is like, I don't remember, like 30% protein their entire life. That's just what he uses. Not a big deal. Everybody does different things. Not a big deal. Don't care. But it works for him, which is great. We are really big on the health of the eggs, especially since we're shipping so many out, where he's just doing it for self-sufficiency. So that's fine. So what we do is when they go into the breeding program, so for example, the standard colors, when they go to 8 weeks, we actually start supplementing layer and starter for that time period. And then the jumbos, again, we're supplementing because we still want them to get as big as possible, but we want to make sure that they're not having issues producing the eggs. Most likely, to be honest with you, most likely we're probably overthinking it, which is what we should be doing here, but I don't necessarily think that you have to. You said they're 8 weeks old. No, I would keep them on the starter grower until they're 10 weeks to get them as big as possible. Because you said they're 8 now. Plus, they're not laying eggs, so you're not even worried about it. So no, I'd keep it on what you got. Shelly says, do you have Sell It Online? We have Sell-It-Ons. We do not sell them. We're still working with them. I'm not very happy with them right now. And until we are happy with them, we won't be selling them. It's been a long process. We've had those for a long time. Thank you very much, La Rochelle Farm. I appreciate it. You donated $20 to the 18 Under contest, which Verna, I'm keeping you busy tonight with all those donations. So again, thank you very much to Verna. That helps me out so much. And thank you to all that have donated. But he donated $20 and says, to being cautiously optimistic, which I like a lot. That is funny. Thank you very much. I got a playhouse on one of the plastic ones for free. Oh, not talking to me. Jack Darling is in the house. Welcome, glad you're here. What the Quail Farm from George is in the house. Jason is in the house. Good evening from Eastern Pennsylvania. Welcome. Katrina says, I think moderators in the YouTube Live are the only ones that can post links. Oh, I had no idea. See, I'm really not educated. I'm learning as fast as I can, but this does not come easy to me. Thanks for letting me know. Harlan says, shout out from Wisconsin. Welcome, glad to hear. Just put my eggs into lockdown. I had a challenge with humidity where it would swing 10 to 12% up and down every 3 hours. How do you make this more consistent? Very good question. It really depends on if it's circulated, what kind of fans you have, what kind of incubator you have. But you could a little bit more with with consistency. And again, I'd have to know all the information about what you have. But you can put a like a wet sponge or a Tupperware in there with water and put a sponge or a wet washcloth in there, and that will help stabilize it. It will increase your humidity, but it will help stabilize as well. If it's fluctuating that much, it seems as though it would be a fan issue. I don't think that you would. I would need to know more about what incubator you have. Linda Smith says, LOL, you were so honest, Zach. I feel that way with computers too. Well, yeah, it's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. Crested Turn 09 says, thanks for the record keeping video last week. Gave me the push to start making my own paper records to keep in the barn. Awesome. I'm glad that helped. Again, that video was very basic. I mean, it's what I use, but it was very basic because that's my skill level, but it works for me. And hopefully a lot of people watched that and went, oh, so really I can do whatever the heck I want. You know what I mean? And hopefully it gave you some ideas on what we track so that you kind of have an idea of what you want to track as well. So thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that. James says, I really don't know which ones are doing it. You don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Aaron is in the house from Louisiana. Welcome. We purchased 2 auctions today on Facebook for the first time. Looking forward to getting more. Absolutely. And I think that you actually are scheduled to go out on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I can't remember. It was today's auction, so it's probably Wednesday. But we'll send you the tracking number. And obviously, you keep me posted. We'll send you a hatching guide and a little magnet that has the date that they were laid you can mark on there the date that you put them in the incubator, the day they go into lockdown, and your hatch date. And if you use sanitizer, that comes off and you can keep using it. So I thought that was a great idea that Jenna came up with. So we'll send all of that to you. But best of luck to you and congratulations. You got some good deals on the Wednesday. Butchering a cow. Oh wow. What about rabbits and chickens? I don't think we'll be raising chickens this year for meat. We are going to increase our butchering on quail instead and skip the chickens. We will be butchering a cow and a pig and probably a goat, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, we'll be doing a ton of rabbits. Here's the thing. I haven't gotten into rabbits. I am going to get into rabbits, so I will be doing it. George, which is my helper and lives here on the farm, he raises rabbits and butchers, but he won't let me do a video of him doing it because he doesn't want to be on camera. So we have to wait until I'm more knowledgeable about it. But yeah, we'll be doing all those videos, and I'm actually excited about it. I'm excited to learn new stuff, and I don't have a problem making a fool of myself, to be honest with you. And if you can learn from my mistakes, then better. We made a lot of mistakes in quail, and that's why I'm more knowledgeable than some. And unfortunately, we did the videos after we learned, or we would have just shown you our mistakes. But we really weren't as prepared then. So it all happens for a reason. Butchering a cow sounds scary. We've done it. We do it once a year, but we've just never done the videos because we get in this mindset of this needs done and this needs done and this needs done. And so I'm more getting into, hey, but somebody else might want to learn how to do this. And so we need it. So I'm not saying they're going to be awesome videos, but they'll at least be something, right? Let's see, Linda. No one's talking to me, so I'm just waiting or trying to find the next one. LaRonda says we raise registered La Mancha dairy goats. I don't know what that is. I'm not fully informed about the dairy goat, but we do need one. So if you're close, maybe we can. Well, I'd have to give you money. I mean, you're not going to give me a dairy goat for some quail, but maybe we could throw some quail in there and then money on top. Anyways, yeah, we want to get a dairy goat. We probably won't until spring because I'll be moving our goats. Right now, our goats are up front, and they drive me crazy. They just, they're so loud. So I want to move them to the back. Plus, they keep leaning on the fence, and so I have to repair the fence. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to move them to the back. But when we do, I want to get a dairy goat, so then we have meat and dairy goats, and I feel like that would be more self-sufficient. I'm really excited. Guys, I can't explain to you enough how much I'd like you to hit the like button. You see how I did that? You see? If you could, hit the like button, support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. But I don't think you guys, I am super excited about really learning about a lot of self-sufficient stuff. I have literally just dove in to Caternix quail business, starting a business, running a business, Caternix quail in general. I mean, just fully endeavored. So my wife and Papa the Builder, they really did the gardens and the greenhouse. I mean, I went down and helped, but I've never been a big part of it. The bees or, the goats I've been pretty involved with. The pigs I'm pretty involved with. But, I'm not fully there like quail, but I really want to get fully there and look at it as it's a self-sufficient thing, and I want to do it all. So I'm really excited about learning, and I can't wait to share it all with you. So I'm really excited about that. Katrina says, thanks for all the links, Verna. Thank you again, Verna. You're on top of it. You actually texted me earlier and said, do I need anything? And I probably should have told you probably need all the links. But knowing you, you were already prepared because you're in my head all the time. We keep finishing each other's sentences a lot. So, yeah. To the winners that are here, if the dream is big enough, the facts don't matter. To all the winners that are here, if the dream is big enough, the facts don't matter. Okay. Candle 50 Jumbo Egyptians, you sent me with 40 out of the 50 fertile. Day 18 is tomorrow. Fingers crossed, my first time incubating. Awesome. If they haven't started hatching yet and you're on day 18, that's a little concerning. So if you're still on, Kelly Ford, if you can let me know what your temp is reading and your humidity is reading, and if you've got any extra thermometers or hydrometers in the incubator, I'd really like to know that because I think I want you to increase it. So if you're still here, please let me know because they should have started hatching already. But we'll get you taken care of. You still got time. We can fix it. I just need to try to help. Whiskey Tango Farm says, we made a whole barn out of pallets. You can make anything. There you go. Jolie says, can quail have too much space in a cage and cause territory? Yes, it actually can. That's a good question, and that's on. We like the 3 quail per square foot. You run the risk of, if you're doing like 1 quail per square foot, not necessarily the case. It doesn't always happen, but it's a high probability that they will become very territorial, and your fertility will just go in the trash because the hens won't let the males anywhere near them. And then there's territory issues. It does come across as aggression, but it's more territorial. So that's why we think the sweet spot is 3 to 3.5 quail per square foot. You can deviate that a little bit, but again, if you give them too much space, that is the issue that you could run into. So that's a great question. We only need 7 more likes to hit the goal for tonight. So if you would be so kind to support us by doing that, I would greatly appreciate it. Mary Stanton's in the house. Good evening. Welcome. S. McKee says, my quail are mixed in size. How can I tell if they are jumbo or not? Is it only by size? Yes, jumbos are a size category, and they need to be at least 10 ounces or above at 10 weeks old, is the, I guess, standard thing for jumbos. And they need to breed true. So, for example, our fab fees are fairly large. They're not consistently jumbos, and they don't breed 100% true because how we do the breeding program, because we're doing longevity. So we don't consider them to be jumbos. We are working on that, but we don't consider them jumbos. We have some Rosettas that are a good 13, 14 ounces, but that's abnormal. Most of them are not that size. So they're not jumbos. Now that bird is a jumbo size, but it's not a jumbo, if that makes sense. But yeah, jumbo refers to size. I hope I answered the question. Oh, am I that behind? Did I just lose comments? Okay, I'm sorry. I'll get caught up now. Well, that was easy because no one's talking to me. Robin C's in the house from Michigan. Welcome. Racer Tim 7 says, question, just got done feeding and noticed I had 2 quail with their heads pecked. They have plenty of feed and water, but maybe I have too many males in there. Sorry, I'm learning how to sex them. How old are they, Racer Tim 7? I'd like to know how old they are, and that could be, so when it comes to that, you do want to make sure they have feed and water at all times, which you said they did. You do want to make sure you have a good male to female ratio. So we recommend 5 hens to every 1 male, as the males are extremely active. And then you want to make sure they have enough space. So if you go, 6 quail per square foot, they're going to be overcrowded, and then they're just going to get irritated. But then if you go to like 1 quail per square foot, they can get very territorial. So that's why we recommend that. But if you can let me know how old they are and how many are in there, most likely it's a male issue. Too many males in there, so they're being territorial. But I would need to know more facts. But that's at least a mindset that you can go with to try to figure it out. Grafter Branch Homestead's in the house. Welcome, glad you're here. You said, I'm sorry, I misunderstood Myshire Farm. I thought we'd have to pay to be. No. Nope. Everything's free. It would just, I completely, obviously messed that up. But we won't do it because obviously there was a lot of people that were not liking it. It was just an idea. You don't have to do it, everybody. Robin C says, hello, everyone. Welcome. Deborah Berg is in the house. The youngest I've ever heard of a slaughter for human consumption is 28 days. Jumbo in India on YouTube. Interesting. 3 weeks, huh? That seems small. It seems like it's not worth it. But there you go. There's a good answer. Thank you very much, Deborah. Jockey Brocky 1 says hi from Willow Run Farm in Delaware. Welcome. Glad you're here. Grafter Branch Homestead says, is it normal to get a very small quail? One of mine that hashes feathering out, but still the size of a baby chick. Way smaller than the others, but seems happy. Yeah, it's, yeah. And they won't really grow. They'll actually live, like they'll thrive in their own way, but they're just, yeah, they won't grow, unfortunately. I wouldn't say it's, like it's not common, but it's not like rare, like, oh my God, how is that? Like it does happen one every, I don't know, couple of thousand. Like, so it is rare, but it's something that does happen. If that helps, if that makes sense. Ruth says, giving a thumbs up, already subscribed. Well, thank you very much, Ruth. I appreciate it. Let's see. Grafter Branch Homestead says he's cute. Verna said runts can happen. Yep, absolutely. And yeah, and they can be good pets, or you can not do it. Yeah, whatever you want to do. But they won't grow, just so you know. Junie says the really small one isn't just a runt. Wouldn't add it to... Yeah, I wouldn't add it to the breeding program. They're not going to lay for you. It's strictly either pet food or pet is pretty much what that needs to be. Sorry. Might let my son keep the little one for pet. See, there you go. We're on the same page. There you go. S Not S says hi from Ohio. Welcome. Glad you're here. Linda says, I followed and saved the link. Thank you, Verna. Verna's amazing. Sorry, just hate when people use growth hormones for animals. I didn't see any of that. Did you ever... Not talking to me, not talking to me, not talking to me. 6 weeks old. Shoot. I don't remember what you were asking. I remember asking how old they were. Shoot. I don't remember the question. Russell, I know you've already been waiting for your answer, so I tell you what, if you want to comment now, I will wait before I go any further. Let me know what your question is again, now that I know they're 6 weeks old, and we can try to better help you. So I will be looking for it while it's popping up. Get you a little bit closer so I can, there you go. Again, Russell, I'm sorry, but if you ask the question now, I will make sure I answer it so that you're not waiting. I apologize about that. I'm actually going to move this little over. Does anyone feed undeveloped quail that haven't hatched to animals? Yep, we actually did a video on that on our YouTube channel, Myshire Farm, about no-shell eggs. Oh, yes, wonderful. Thank you very much. 6 weeks old. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it yet. They're still young, so they're really, they most likely, it sounds like they most likely shouldn't be laying, but they're kind of overachievers, so it's nothing to worry about. I wouldn't do anything different. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything different. And thanks for being patient with me. I appreciate it. But yeah, undeveloped quail eggs are great for reptiles, a lot of different stuff, skunks, possums, tegus, a lot of different stuff. What age can I put leg bands on them? Well, I am pretty sure that Wynola Ranch has leg bands for quail in different sizes so you can use them throughout. We've used them from chick to breeder, or you can use zip ties, but you got to be real careful with those because if you put them on too young, they're going to grow and then it's going to just, those zip ties don't move, but their legs keep expanding. And it can get real ugly. So just be very careful with that. But we've used them at every age. Good question. That's a very good question. Jasmine says, I put a bunch of eggs into lockdown in the Frigibator this morning. So far, I'm really pleased with the new homemade incubator so far. We'll update next week on hatch rates. Awesome. Best of luck. And keep us posted. Guys are just talking away, which is good. Ruth from Florida's in the house. La Rochelle Farm says, did Zach say when Jumbo Wilds would be back on? Beginning of December is the plan. Going as fast as I can. I was thinking mid-December, but for some reason they just like started laying more. I don't know how that happened. So we're getting caught up fairly quickly. We had a lot of big orders. So, but I'm working on it. So beginning of December, but I'll keep everybody posted at the beginning of the lives. Verna says no foam can be a lack of light problem, which is correct. They could be slower to mature that way, so you want to check that out. Any suggestions? This is from S Not S. Any suggestions for humidity control on Hovebator? Tilting hole incubator instead of egg turner, so using small container ended up spilling, trying to fill through the vent hole, been over 50%. Any suggestions on humidity control on Hovebator? So you're tilting it. You could do a wet washcloth instead of like a Tupperware of water and a sponge. That would be my one suggestion for right now. That's all I can think of. I'm very sorry. Vent sexing, not sure, but well over 10 weeks. I thought it might be the lack of light as no one is laying. Yeah, they do need 16 to 18 hours of light a day to be consistent layers. They will get used to the non-light and they will lay, but they will be very inconsistent. So they do need 16 to 18 hours of light a day. And it can be any light. I mean, it could be the Christmas lights, it can be solar lights, it can be light bulb lights, whatever. But they do need about 16 to 18 hours of light a day for them to lay consistently for you. Not talking to me. Cindy and Ryan's in the house from Smithville, Texas. Welcome, glad to hear. PJ's Family Farm says, how do you deal with all the fuzz when quail are kept indoors? A lot of ventilation. We've learned that the hard way. So we've got the garage door and then the main barn, big opening. So, air flows through there. And then we've got 2 industrial fans on the ceiling on the opposite side, and they're continuing to go. During the winter, we turn one off, so it does get more muggy in there. But it can also get super cold if we got both going. But there's at least one fan going at all times. And we also had we made it with really high ceilings to help with that. But yeah, that's definitely an issue you got to deal with. Ventilation. Hey, we hit our goal. Thank you very much for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. A. Jones says, hi, Zach. Checking in kind of late from the northeast tip of Ohio. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate it. Russell says, on our first layer eggs, question, my feed is 18% protein, 7% fiber and calcium, and 2.45. Calcium is 2.45 to 2.95. I'm thinking just developing 6-week-old wilds. On the first layer eggs question, got it. My feed is 18% protein, 7% fiber, calcium, thinking just developing. That's a good layer feed. That 18% protein at 6 weeks old is really going to stunt their growth, though. The nutrition, feed nutrition, and genetics play a huge, those 2 things are the majority of your jumbo size. So for jumbos, I don't think I would start at 6 weeks old for that feed. I'd keep them on a starter grower with a much higher protein. Shelly C donated to the 18 and under contest. Thank you very much. Verna, you have been busy tonight writing down all the generous people. I appreciate that. And we have definitely got enough, so we will not be mentioning it the rest of the YouTube lives for the rest of the month. But I really appreciate it. And whoever wins, I'm sure will appreciate quite a bit as well. Question, is the half by half hardware cloth you use on the brooders vinyl coated? It is a good question. No. Yes. No. No. It is not. No. We were going to do that, and it's just so stupid, stinking expensive that it's galvanized, but I couldn't spend the money on it. They're not on it for very long, and we haven't seen any issues, so it's not worth it. The breeders are heavier. They move around a lot more. They're much more active and productive, and they're in there for a long period of time. So that's a good question. I don't think it's a bad thing to do. I just couldn't justify spending that extra money on something that I didn't think would be beneficial to us. But that's a great question. Do you use your coated? Do you use the coated on your grow out pens or just breeding link? Yeah, no, they're on the grow out pens and in the colony cages, the breeding colony cages. Yes, they are in all of those. And so the first week in our chicks, the first week in our brooders, they're on blue paper towel, so it doesn't matter. And then the next 2 weeks, they don't move around very much. They're active, but they're not really productive. They're still kind of small. They're still kind of lightweight. We don't have any bumblefoot. Now we would if our grow out pens were not. I can tell you that because they're in there from 3 weeks to, anywhere from 8 weeks to 10 weeks. You know what I mean? So they're in there quite some time. They're going to be laying eggs. They're going to be productive. They're going to be mating. And they're going to be full grown by the time they move. So yes, we do have to do that in those. That is worth it, or they would get bumblefoot. But as far as our brooders go, we don't have bumblefoot, and it's just because they're not in there very long, plus a lot of other issues that I keep repeating. So there you go. Beth Reed says, I think the essay requirement helps the 18 and under to feel like they've invested some effort. I'll choose to be naive about that too. Absolutely. That's a big reason why we do it as well. Because we could just say, hey, comment if you're 18 or below. But we really want them to, my mindset and Jenna's mindset as well, is people that work towards something a little bit, this is given to them. But if they work towards it, if they put effort into their email, or they put effort into the pictures they send, or if they put effort into the notes that they write to us and mail to us, then they're doing their part. And I think in our heads, again, this is probably cautiously optimistic, but in our heads, we think, okay, well, then they'll appreciate it more. Again, it's probably naive, I agree, but that's the way we look at it. All he needs is a partridge and a pear tree. There you go. Carrie Coward's in the house. Welcome. Scott says, I have the very basic quail egg brooder. I am looking at donating quail to my local 4-H FFA program. It is the basic Tractor Supply styrofoam. Do you have another that you recommend for a brooder? For a brooder, I recommend Dale's Quails. You can check him out at dalesquails.com, and they are wood. He makes them there on his homestead, and family business. I've talked to him numerous times. Love the guy. Love what he stands for. And yeah, so I would check out Dale's Quails. dalesquails.com. Verna, obviously, you've probably already done it, but if you'll put his website in the comments for a link, I would appreciate it. We actually had a fairly large FFA group of 17, 18, 16, 17, 18-year-olds come by 2 weeks ago. Did a tour, asked a bunch of questions, and man, they gave me hope that there's a lot of kids out there that are really getting into self-sufficiency and farming the next generation, and I was very excited about it. I probably got more out of that than they did, unfortunately, but we tried. You said that it's best. Well, they just came from one of the miniature cow farms. I forget what they're called right now, but you know, those miniature cute little fluffy cow things. They just came from one of those. So our quail are cute and we've got a cool setup, but we can't compete with miniature cows. Come on, you know? But we let them hold a couple of chicks that were literally born that morning, and they got a kick out of that. And we showed them the whole process and showed them how many eggs were out there. And so I think they got some stuff out of it. But I was very encouraged about it, is what I was trying to say. You said that it's best to minimize light for weight gain. At what age do you start restricting light, and how much should they get? That's a very good question. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, with our jumbos, typically we've tried a bunch of different things, and I don't necessarily see a huge benefit. I think that we're overworking on this, but Jenna doesn't, so she's the boss. But so what we do is they're normal light for the first 3 weeks, and then when they go into the grow out, there's a certain section that's very shaded. They go in there. So there is still some light, but it's very, I mean, it's not like anything else. It's purposely shaded more. And we keep them in there until they're 8 weeks, and then we move them for the last 2 weeks. Again, we've done a lot of research on it. I think that's just Jenna did it that way, and she wants it to stay that way. I don't see the numbers. I mean, I think that we should just throw them in there and be done with it. But, you know, she's the boss, so she put her foot down, and I said, fine. That's what I said. So that's what we do. But I don't think it matters. Jerry says, my 60 eggs were a jumbo mix collection. Thought I'd add some color to my flock. Very cool. Oh, I asked you that. Why did I ask you that? Oh, yeah. Very cool. Congratulations. That's super awesome. Jumbo mix. I like the jumbo mix a lot. A lot. I'm glad I came up with that idea this year. That's new. That just happened, I don't know, like in April. Like I was like, why don't we do a mix of jumbos? Because we've got like a color variety mix, and we've got a rare mix. We got a feather sexable mix. Why don't we have a jumbo mix? Well, we didn't have a feather sexable mix either. I came up with both of those this year. I think they were great ideas. I do have a pear tree. Oh, not talking to me. Junie says, instead of, oh, not talking to me. Not talking to me. Shelly says, I have a lot of males in my last hatch. I'm building a bachelor pad for them, and they would be balked up for the freezer. What are the potential problems with putting 12 to 18 males in a coop together? We do it all the time. It's a male, you know, we just have a bachelor pad, like you, I think that's what you called it. Yeah, so we've got a bachelor pad, and we put up to 60 males in the bachelor pad at one time. And there's really not a lot of issues. There might be one out of the entire group that gets picked on, but usually they were the aggressor that everybody was like, that's not going to happen. But yeah, normally they do just fine. If there is an aggressor, you really want to pull it out fast, because once they get, you know, they're like sharks. Like once they see blood in the water, then they're like, oh, well then let's do it more. So just, you know, get it out as soon as possible. But yeah, we don't have any issues with it. Make sure that they're not with hens. That will help the process. So we separate our males and hens at 3 weeks old when we move them out of the brooder room, because if they're with hens and they start becoming mature, then they'll start being aggressive towards the males. But if you separate all the males together, then they're pretty much just all friends the whole time, and they don't really think about it. Just some advice. LaRonda says, my daughter writes her entries and worries it sounds too much like an adult because she's 16. We take that into account as well. I expect and appreciate, 13, 14, 15, 16, even 17, that they're a little bit more advanced. That's good. But if I get a letter from a 5-year-old that should be a 16-year-old, then I go, oh, no. We can't do that. So we do go through them pretty hardcore. But no, I would appreciate it to be more advanced at her age. So tell her not to worry about it at all. Verna posted the link for the Self-Sufficient Quail group. Awesome. Thank you very much. La Rochelle Farm says, I think you took my comment wrong. When I said no skin in the game, I meant with the monthly winner, not really giving any skin in the game if everything is... Oh, I see what you're saying. I did read that wrong. Sorry. But I get it. Cool. So Verna did put in the comments the Self-Sufficient Quail Facebook group, the Quail for Profit Facebook group, the Quail Call Facebook group, the Quail Auction group, and the Newbie Quail Lovers group. Man, she is on top of it. Russell says, one way to look at the people who would sell the 18 under is if someone buys it, they will be raising quail, not ideally intended, but end result, not horrible. That's true. That's true. Question, thought on the 18 and under. You could always ask entrants to submit a video clip with their submission. Might weed out. We actually thought about that, and that's a great suggestion. I can't use it though. So we have children. Jen and I have children, and sometimes they're in the videos, but not very often. We really want to keep that separate because, again, I want to be cautiously optimistic, but I need to be real. And there's some creepers out there. You know what I mean? And that stresses me out. And I don't like it. So I like the kids to be kind of, maybe make an appearance every once in a while because they like to, and I want them to enjoy it, but not all the time. You know what I mean? So I just have... That's why I didn't ask them to send updates like videos or pictures for a while, because they are under 18 and that can be a little creepy. I knew what I was meaning, but then posting it for everybody else to see. So I'm not really asking for them to be in it, but that's my concern with that, if that makes sense. I know some parents would just not be comfortable with it. Again, it's much different age groups. We've shipped to 8-year-olds, we've shipped to 17-year-olds, we've shipped to 13-year-olds, and so everything's a little bit different. So I do like that idea, and some people do send pictures. We got a picture that won, I think 3 months ago, and they actually hand wrote, it was a family of like four kids, and they each wrote a page on why they wanted it. They sent drawings, they sent a picture of the family, and that was as cute as be. I did not post it on here because, again, that's their personal stuff, but I think that's a great idea. I just don't feel like I can request that, if that makes sense. But I do like that idea, and it would be different if it wasn't for 18 and under, if that makes sense. But I get it. We've thought about that, and then we thought, that could go real bad. Okay, I got a little distracted and started talking about old school chickens. Don't blame... Oh, nope, don't worry about that. Glad you guys are all talking. I love the community you guys have grown here. I think it's fantastic, and I'm really excited about that. That's super cool. I'm really glad that, you guys all hang out together while I ramble, to be honest with you. I don't even know if you guys listen to me anymore. So egg layers won't lay as many eggs as if I feed them starter crumbles. Do I need calcium supplement? They can still lay okay. They could possibly have issues with developing the eggs. You could have egg bound issues because there's not enough calcium and fiber to produce. You could have eggs that are a little weird looking, discolored, and that's just because they're using too much energy on that. So I recommend it, but again, Chris from Caternix Corner doesn't have a problem with it, so you can try whatever you want to try. I don't think there's any right or wrong. That's just what I recommend. So yeah, if you want to keep them on a starter grower their entire lifetime, that's fine. I would just keep an eye on it. You could add calcium if you'd like. I would feel better about that. But if they're doing okay and they're laying okay and you're not having any egg-bound issues and the eggs are looking good, then I wouldn't worry about it. It's just a precaution that worries me a little bit. La Rochelle Farm donated the $20, said to be cautiously optimistic. I appreciate that. Thought it was quite funny. Grafter Branch Homestead says they love them, hopefully not too much, but I'm excited to teach the facts of life come calling time to prepping them for it and think this venture will really help. Thanks, Jasmine Bass. I must have missed something else, but I'm glad that you're teaching others, and I'm glad that you're getting prepared. That's super cool. Shelly, oh, not talking to me, not talking to me, not talking to me, not talking to me, not talking to me. Does anyone know how far back Zach is in the comments? Well, I'm at 8:08. Oh dear, Jesus. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start talking a lot faster. I'm gonna take a drink and then I'll start going really, really fast. I had no idea that I thought I was really close to the bottom. Really sorry. Okay. Well, a lot of you guys aren't even talking to me, so maybe I won't be as well. Anyways, howdy from Texas. This is DW Custom Knives. Just ordered an incubator. Hopefully, start building cages in a couple weeks. We'll be getting eggs from you guys. Awesome. Best of luck. And if you need anything, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me or ask on here. Everyday Oil Mommies is in the house, Sacramento, California. I almost missed you. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. And you're usually one of the first ones that watch the videos that we post, so thank you very much. I got to buy some more eggs now for the magnet, Grafter Branch Homestead. There you go. We just started that last week, but I thought it was a fantastic idea. I have a very basic tractor supply egg brooder. How do you feel about them, and do you or Myshire farm have brooders that you recommend? Dale's Quails at dalesquails.com, but I think we already talked about it. And she did put the link in the comments. When can I expect my first eggs from the breeder set you sent me? Well, they would be 3.5 weeks old, probably about 3 weeks, 2.5 to 3 weeks, somewhere around there, as long as they're getting enough light. I love just to see even clips of those videos. I missed that, I'm sorry. Jasmine says, you guys, I have had a baby hatch in the Frigibator and a bunch pipped a little early, so I still have some tweaking to do on the Frigibator. That's all right. Probably just a little too high on the temp, not by much, but you should still be fine because they were going into lockdown anyway, so you should be all right. And Jasmine says, I love the La Mancha. I hope I said that correctly. Dairy goats. We'll be adding them and Nigerian dwarfs to the homestead next spring. Awesome. Grafter Branch says, hatching. How cool. Are you happy with the Frigibator? Anyone ever have any Dexter cows or small cows? I have not. We've got Angus is what we've got on the farm. Zach, I can teach you how to. We used to have a dairy cow, and Jenna was amazing at it. I was mediocre at best. Dennis, Papa the Builder, was awful. It was really bad. That I would have loved to do a video on. I don't know. Me and him, I mean, I was probably not much better. Just couldn't, I don't know. I don't know what it was. But Jenna, she's a pro. So she's excited to get back into it. But we're going to do dairy goat instead of a dairy cow because it's a lot more work. They're lovely. I researched. How do big? Hey, do pigs really stink? My father keeps telling me not to raise them because they smell. I told him I'll have a clean pig. Yeah, no, they stink. They're cute, but man, whew. When you get a whiff of them, wow, they are. They're pretty bad. So yeah, they do stink, but they're great for self-sufficient meat, and they are really cute. We got Kuni pigs, which is a heritage breed, so they don't get as big, but they are heritage, and they're really cute. Grafter Branch says, if love to when I get a few acres, hopefully soon, fingers crossed. Guess I should finish that. Katrina says, sun is going down and I haven't turned on the light yet, which means the brooder is getting noisy. They all seem to notice it's getting dark and need to let everyone know. There you go. If anyone is interested in self-sufficiency, you might check out Deep South Homestead. Also, their video playlist is extensive on everything. I've learned so much. There you go. That is awesome. I will check them out. Self-sufficiency, Deep South Homestead. I don't think I've... Oh, you know what? I think someone told me about them before, and I lost that. Deep South Homestead. And what I would like to do is really start listening to a bunch of videos, which I am doing. And if I really believe in them and I love the videos that they're doing, then we'll be doing the featured channel on our main page. So like right now it's Living Traditions Homestead. Love them. Love Slightly Redneck. Whiskey Tango Farms is just starting out, but they've got good videos. And so the more that I learn and the more I look into it, we'll be adding those on. So you can always check those out for more information on things that we just don't do. Vam Smith says, we are raising rabbit, quail, and chickens at the moment, and I hope to set up in an individual quail cage for my 2-year-old to take care of his own. He loves our critters and spends time with them daily. That is awesome, and I love the thought process, and you are well on your way, and congratulations. Grafted Branch Homestead says, I got 2 flocks, one from Myshire and one from Southwest. The Southwest ones are all jumbo, but my Myshire birds are mostly all huge and as big of not bigger than the jumbos. All jumbos. Oh, the ones that you ordered from us were not jumbos, but they are big. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Jeff Coe is in the house. Thanks for what you're doing for the quail community. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Russell says, Verna, oh, not talking to me. Lori, I just got a California meat rabbit wolf. Cool. I have Caternix quail. They're golden brown with a brown spot on their head. Interesting. Very cool. Glad you're here. Appreciate it. And if you have any questions about raising them, we'd be happy to help. Razor Tim 7 says they're the first ones I hatched, which 7 or 8 weeks old now. I have 19 in a pen, 2x5. So that's 10. So that's plenty of room. 7 to 8 weeks old. I think you gave me that information because you asked a question. I asked for more information. I'm very sorry. I will wait again. Racer Tim, if you're still on, if you will ask the question again so that I have the information and the question, I will not skip you and I will get right to you. So I'll put this in front of me so I don't miss it. But I think that you gave me that information because you were asking something and then I said I needed more information. So yeah. Still looking, sorry. I wish I was exaggerating. A 1,200 square foot, 3-bedroom with foundation issues just sold for $567,000. Yeah, the market's a little ridiculous right now. Don Maines is in the house, new subscriber from Western Michigan. Welcome, glad you're here. I've always had a passion. One of my goals in life is to have a rental. A long time ago, well, I wouldn't say a long, like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, I don't know, a while ago. I bought a rehab and fixed it up and sold it, and it didn't go great, but we didn't lose money. And I always wanted to do it, but now I really want a duplex. I've always wanted a duplex, and but yeah, with these prices, we saw a duplex right down the road from us, and so we called, and it's just it's fine. I mean, it's pretty, it's nice. Yeah, they want $300,000 for it, and I went, yeah, that's more like $120,000 duplex. So I used to be a realtor, you know, so yeah, that's just insane. But Unfortunately, I know what that means. So just stay patient because those numbers will not last, unfortunately. I wish that it wouldn't, I wish that, well, it's going to fix itself. I'm just not happy with how it's going to do it. California's in the house, N4B 1K1. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just making sure that I don't miss. He might have. I don't see him on here. He might have gotten off. Oh, I am getting caught up, though. That's exciting. Katrina says, has anyone else seen feed increase? I got feed today, and there was an increase of $20 for a 50-pound bag of 27% turkey starter crumble and $18 for 16% layer crumble. Yes, because corn has went up. So that is a thing. From who I've been talking to, it looks like it's actually going to start dropping back down around Christmas time, and then it's supposed to level off. So that's pretty exciting. But obviously that's not been that's not a for sure thing, but that's how the market is looking according to the very educated, knowledgeable people that I talk to. Because our feed has went up significantly as well. So yeah, it looks like at the end of the year, it's gonna kind of curve down and then level out. So stay in there. While we're waiting, Homestead's in the house. Good evening, everyone. Had our first balut drop off this week. Feedback was great. Thanks to all your suggestions. We now have a standing order. Also sold a breeding rabbit. Good Homestead for profit. There you go. That is awesome. Congratulations. I'm very happy that I know that. Very happy that went well for you. And if anybody else is on here, if you're doing the Quail for Profit playlist, or if you're starting out, if there's any success stories, I would love for you to maybe send me an email or write me a letter, and I would love to do a video about success stories so that people can get more encouraged. I love hearing that. So if you want to send me the information, I'd love to share that on a video. If you don't want people to know, then that's completely fine. I still would love to know. I just won't share it. But yeah, if you don't mind me sharing your successes, I'd love to know about it. I'd love for you to post in the Quail for Profit Facebook group as well for your success so that other people know that it's doable. I think that's fantastic. Congratulations. I'm really excited for you. Oh, it was an increase of $20? That's a little ridiculous. There's something wrong there. I would look into that more. That's too much. $20 for the full bag is just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I would try something else. It is going up, and it has been going up, and it's been increasing, but it's not $20 increase. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I would definitely look into that right away. Russell, about no shell and eggs. We did answer that. Grafter Branch Homestead says, man, your energy and passion really inspire me. Zach, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Verna says, Lucy gets all my weird eggs, her dog. Absolutely. Maggie gets a couple. Witch Doctor says, our jumbos are about 4 weeks old, and they look the size of a regular 8-week-old quail. That is fantastic. Hopefully they're for me, but if they're not, you're still doing a great job. So congratulations, and best of luck to you. That's super cool. Lucy is her dog. I agree with you, Matt. Love is passion. Well, thank you very much. Jasmine and I actually had almost an hour-long conversation today, but I think it was pretty beneficial. Yep. We talked about the self-sufficient quail group getting on the same page, so it was definitely needed. Matt, our dog, our Great Dane, eats shell and all. I'm 15 years old and I've never raised quail before. I just ordered my incubator. I'm building my pen. It's 8 foot long, 1 foot high. I'm thinking of buying 50 of your jumbo white hatching eggs. Any advice? Well, best of luck to you. And if you need anything, you can always reach out to me. Email, text. Verna, if you'll put my email and phone number back on there. The jumbo whites are big and they lay very large eggs. They are not feather sexable, so that might be something you want to think about because you're just starting out. I recommend people getting something that is feather sexable starting out. But you don't have to. You don't have to. You can still Vinsex them. And they are big and they are pretty and they're very docile. So that's a nice thing for newbies. That would be the advice I have now. But feel free to always contact me whenever you need me. Storm Riders Wheels. And also, since you're 15, you need to enter. Oh dear God! You need to enter the contest. We have an 18 and under contest every month, and you need to enter that. We have a video on it, which Verna has already put in the links. God, she's fast, isn't she? Round of applause for Verna, everybody. She's always on top of it. What's the minimum amount of light they should get for weight gain? Again, I think, honestly, I would do 16 to 18 hours of light once they go into the main barn and just leave it at that. I really wouldn't overthink it. I think we overthink it, and I think it's a waste of time, to be honest. What the Quail Farm says, love the world's biggest quail omelet video. What a mess that must have been, LOL. It was actually pretty good, too. And we didn't make that big of a mess. We cleaned as we go a little bit, and we also had me and Jenna and our 3 kids were there, and Papa the Builder and his wife, and so it didn't take long to clean up. But it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. I was expecting someone else to do a video and be like, oh, we beat you, and then we'd have to do another video, and I thought that'd be fun, but no one did it. Row S gave us a thumbs up. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Misty says, why are some eggs dull looking while the others are shiny? Is that a calcium issue? Usually, most likely, that's the case. And it's usually just that day. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You know, it just, they didn't get enough that day. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Johnny says, do you have any advice on the best full spectrum artificial light setup? I wouldn't overthink it. We do the 4-foot bulbs, full spectrum LED, and we do in between the cages. But again, you can pretty much do whatever you want. I know a lot of people do the Christmas lights, and that they still lay extremely well for them. Yeah, I wouldn't overthink it. Light's light for them. So yeah, don't overthink it. But we do have a barn tour playlist on our YouTube channel, and it shows how we set our lighting up, if that would help. You could check that out and see if you like that. That obviously works extremely well. They're very productive. My dogs eat whole quail eggs, shells included. Absolutely, ours does too. Anybody that's tagged someone else, I'm just skipping so that you're not waiting on me. Plus, you're not talking to me anyway. My dogs get a couple of eggs per day. My pet pig will take a whole egg, chew it up, then spit the shell out. He's a weirdo. That's weird. We give our pigs some quail eggs, usually from like our new layers that we can't hatch or that we can't ship out. And yeah, they eat the whole thing. So you've got a picky pig. Say that 3 times fast. Is an eggshell 100% calcium? I would think so. I don't know if it's 100% calcium. There's a lot of calcium in it, though. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. That's a good question. Maybe somebody else will. Maybe they've already commented. We'll see. What candler should I get? I recommend the Incubator. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it. It's the Incubator candler by Incubator Warehouse, I do believe. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on eBay. We have it on our website if you want to support us. It's pretty much the same price. If you order hatching eggs or cartons or live quail, the Incubator candler ships for free. But we recommend the candler Incubator. And again, you don't have to purchase it from us. You can get it from Amazon or eBay as well. Thanks for the info. They're not rough, just dull looking. Yeah, it's usually, but it's, again, it shouldn't be like that every day. It's probably just a 2-3 day process because they didn't eat enough that day or whatever the case may be. Is it 16 hours of light? Does it have to be in cage or just so they can see it? Just so they can see it. We don't have any lights in the cage. It's all outside of the cage. That's a very good question. My trying to find organic raw dog food options is doing great with these quail and quail eggs. Ideas, rabbits next for that, I think. There you go. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, for raw dog feed, raw animal feed in general, quail is a great resource. Rabbits would be a great resource. They really like to mix a bunch of stuff up, and yeah, that's definitely a great way to go to sell some of your stuff. Um, Matthew Hancock's in the house. Welcome, glad you're here. Grafter Branch Homestead says there will always be those that take advantage of, but didn't mean all will. Absolutely, that's what we say too. Cages are dark due to shadowing from overhead lights. So is that okay? Yeah, it's not a problem. As long, yeah, don't worry about it. That'll be just fine. We've got 3 stages, 3 colonies, stacks, and the bottom stack is obviously the most shaded, and they lay just as fine. So as long as they get the light, they're not too picky. You think a 3-door commercial refrigerator can be used for an incubator, or should I stick to a 2-door model? I think it could. I think you're going to have more insulation issues. We wouldn't want to do it. We like the 2. I don't think we would go to a 3. I don't think that it's the end of the world, but I think that you're just going to be spending a lot more money on fan circulation. If it's 3-door, you'll probably have to get 2 heating elements, which means you're going to have, 2 different controllers, which means you could have hot spots and cold spots. With a 2-door, like what we have, we just have one in the middle and it's just right. But I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I mean, I think it'd be cool if you could. And I'm sure you could. You would just have to do extra stuff to it. So that's the thought process. You do what you want. I have the Nurturite 360 incubator. I have to find a way to check the temp on it. Yeah, so you can get a humidity hydrometer thermometer combo on Amazon or eBay or whatever. I actually just bought 3. I'm very cheap. I don't like to buy stuff, but I really thought that it would be a beneficial video to do on what we recommend and what works. So we're testing those out. So I will be sending you, or I will be posting a video, hopefully this coming up week, on a hydrometer thermometer gauge that we recommend that you can purchase on wherever we got it from. I don't know which one we're going to recommend yet. Still doing some testing, so stay tuned for that. At what temperature do you keep the barn? In the main barn, it's not it's insulated, but it's not controlled at all. So I would say it probably gets somewhere around the 40s during the winter. The brooder room stays around 80 year round, and the shipping room probably gets to close to the 20s. It's really bad, and I spend a lot of time in there, so that's a bummer. But there you go. Zach, the reduced light and grow outs would make a good video. That would make a good video. I agree. Maybe Jenna would do that video since she's all about it. Probably not. I'll ask though. Hey Zach, when you order hatching eggs from your website, are they all siblings or are they from different parents? With the hatching eggs, they would be from different parents. And we have a very specific breeding program that we give some stuff away, but there's some things that we don't share. We have to have some trade secrets, you know what I mean? So yeah, as far as anything like that, as far as inbreeding or anything like that, there's not an issue. We've been one of the largest quail breeders in America for a while now, and we still have top quality quail, so you don't really have to worry about it. I'm glad that you are concerned about it, and then you're asking the right questions, but you don't have to worry about that. No, they wouldn't have the same parents. How do you sex them when they are not feather sexable? You have to vent sex. We do have a video on that on our YouTube channel, which most likely Verna already posted the link. There you go. You have to vent sex 6 to 8 weeks old, and the video's on there. Good question. I'm almost there. I'm almost caught up. But Butch says, what are the details or the place I can find the ins and outs about egg auctions that have been mentioned here? There is a Facebook group called the Myshire Farm Quail Egg Auctions. There is a video on that page. I'm the only one that posts on there. And there's a video that shows how the auctions work, so you can check that out. I have a quail, I'm not sure of sex. Put it in with boys, no eggs, but I saw breeding. Well, boys will breed boys. They're not very picky. They just want what they want. I got my quail outdoor here in the desert where temperatures got above 118 degrees consistently. Will they completely stop laying in very hot weather? So if weather changes, they will stop laying, but only for a short amount of time. Usually about 2 weeks, they'll stop laying. They need to adapt to the environment and then they'll start laying again, so that's not a problem. But they could stop, they'll just start again, so you don't have to worry about rebooting them or anything like that. Zach, I'm using one of those styrofoam incubators. I do have an extra Brincia spot check thermometer and humidifier. The temp varies from 98 to 100.8. The humidity is reading 68. The 98 is definitely a problem. I would assume that the 100.8 is a hot spot. I would assume most of your incubator is reading at 98, because if I remember correctly, you had not a great hatch rate and they hatched kind of real weird and you had to help a lot out. Most likely, most of your incubator is sitting at 98, which means it's going to happen. So I would what I would do is you have to do the test before you can fix it, right? So hopefully you're still on, Kelly. What I would do is I would take the thermometer and I would put it in the corner for 12 hours and write down what it reads. Then put it in the next corner, read it. Next corner for 12 hours, next corner for 12 hours, and right smack dab in the middle. Once you have all of those numbers, you can kind of determine if you've got a circulation issue, or you've got a hot spot, or you need to adjust it, and so on and so forth. But if I had to guess, your 100.8 is not normal. I would say the majority of that incubator is actually at 98. Which is going to give you what the problems are. But I would love for you to keep me posted on this so I can try to help. So keep me posted on text or email. Oh, nope. Put them in lockdown Friday morning. Friday morning. What's today? Oh, so you still have time. Kelly, you need to increase your... I would increase your temperature by 2 degrees. Immediately and leave them in there for about another 2 days. I don't know if it's going to be great, but it can't hurt and it can only help. McLeod Family Farms in the house. What do you think about adding wheat fodder into quail diet to lower feed costs? We don't do it. I don't have any experience with it. I am fairly certain. I am not 100% certain. I could be wrong. I thought, and I think, and I could be wrong again. Katernik's Corner actually did a feed video, or a video on fodder. I think it was Katernik's Corner. I don't remember. You might want to check out their YouTube channel and see if they have a fodder video. We don't have any experience with it, and with our setup, it just isn't feasible with us. I don't think it's a bad idea. I just don't know enough about it because it wouldn't be feasible to us. So I would check on there. God, I wish I remember seeing where that video was. It could have been Katernik's Corner. Maybe about 8 months ago, maybe. I would check that out. Chad says, who said they have La Mancha milk goats? I don't remember. Someone put a video that they were asked a bunch of school kids, where does bacon come from, to answer plants. We have problems. Yeah, we do. Should I change out my males from the breeder cages? They're 6 months. It wouldn't hurt to change them out, but you could probably go an extra 3 months. I saw down later that you said 6 months. We switch hours out every 6 months for best results, but you could probably do another 3 months, 5 months, and still be okay. But it sounds like you're having issues already, so probably switch those out. They might have over exerted themselves. Ruth says, when we got our first quail, we were feeding starter grower feed. We could tell after switching to a layer feed, the eggs were much stronger. Absolutely. Thank you for your feedback. I watch Living Traditions also. I love Living Traditions. I think they're awesome. You should join that group. They do a lot of cool videos, a lot of fun stuff. I had both a Jewish gentleman and a Muslim stay with me for about 2 years. They were big on smoked turkey wings to flavor food. Interesting. Thought I'd let anyone knew totes are okay, but at 7 days old, they jumped out, need a lid on wire on top. There you go. I'll read that again because that was good information. So she used a tote from like Dollar General or Walmart or whatever the case may be for a brooder. And for the first 7 days, it went great. If you're going to keep them in there past 7 days, they can jump out of it. So you'll want to put some sort of lid on there, preferably a wire lid. Matthew says the females are the same age, and I have switched males some, but my females are still bald on their backs. I would assume that you have too many males to female ratio in that case, Matthew. James says, okay, I can do that, but what age? Oh, you're not talking to me. Quail are sexually active somewhere around 5 weeks. The males will become mature before the hens. The hens, as Myshire farm quail typically start laying between 6 and 7 weeks old. Males around 5.5 is when they start maturing, I guess you can say. So hopefully that answered your question. And I've never seen a male be sexually active at 3 weeks old. Maybe aggressive, but not active. Oh, here we are. Graft Ranch Homestead says, well, that's it for my battery, unfortunately. Thank you, everyone, for a great chat. Thank you, Zach, for the person you are. Thanks, Verna, and all you do. Night all, absolutely. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, so there's no way to sex them before they get active. You can feather sex a lot of colors at 3 weeks old before they're even active. But if you're going to get colors that are not feather sexable, then no. I heard prices are going to increase on everything till late next year, said the Brandon administration. Yeah, I talked to a couple people that are pretty knowledgeable, and one of them is actually in the government, the state government, but still in the government. And it looks like there's going to be a turn in December. End of December, beginning of January is what it looks like. But again, everybody's speculating. No one knows. Not an increase of $20, an increase to $20. Whew. I really thought they increased your feed $20 more than what you were paying. I'm like, good Lord. Yeah, hopefully that'll lower down. Quality feed still the same. Myshire YouTube. Oh, nope. I love Maggie. Give her a pet for me. She's probably laying in my bed right now on my spot. The females are the same age, and I have switched males. So, we read that one. Maybe I got somewhere else. Katrina says, my boyfriend wants to know how they get the double yolkers out. Some of them are so huge. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's painful. Frank is in the house. Hi, everyone from Wisconsin. Welcome. Glad to hear. There's a feed called Feather Fix that Donna recommends, so you can check that out. James Willis says, yeah, I have too many now, trying to figure out how to get them from beating up on each other. Yeah, make sure you have a 5 hen to 1 male ratio. Make sure that they're between 3 and 3.5 quail per square foot, and make sure that they always have food and water, and you should be good. Here in Massachusetts, aka the crazy expensive state, I pay $22.50 for 40 pounds. Thanks, La Rochelle Farm. Appreciate it. Just check the feed I use from Tractor Supply. Same price as 6 months ago at $19.99 for a 40-pound bag. Interesting. Very cool. S.O. Swanson's in the house. Oh, all the claps are for Verna. The round of applause. Absolutely. Verna is on it tonight. Dang woman. LOL. Love you. Absolutely. Should I do anything about some of my quail having cracked feet? Don't really know what you mean by cracked feet, unfortunately. You can make sure that they have a soft or a coated wire flooring that might help. I don't know what you mean by cracked feet. Frank Kimball's in the house and donated $5 to the 18 Under contest. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. James will. Oh, Beth Reed is helping you out. Again, Beth Reed, I've seen you help out a lot of people tonight, so thank you for that. I appreciate that as well. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by cracked feet on their palm. If there's no blood or scars, I wouldn't worry about it. Can you get replacement parts of the candler? I have a bad switch. Well, that's weird. I don't know. I've never tried that. I've never had that issue. Flew the Coop Farms, if you purchased it from us, then just let us know. I got to ship eggs to you on Tuesday anyway. So if you got the candler from us, then just let us know and we'll put another one in the box for you. 3 females and 2 males. You're going to have some issues there. Egg shells are made almost entirely of calcium carbonate, which is exactly what makes up our nails, teeth, and bones. Thank you very much, S.O. Swanson. I think I did know that. I forgot. I think I did know that. But obviously I didn't, because I didn't. Thank you. Oh, Yusuf, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Thank you, moderators, and have a nice evening, Zach. Thank you very much. You too. You think quail could crush dog food in case of emergency? I don't know about dog food. I know some people do fish feed, and I know some people do cat food. We've never tried it, but some people do it, and they continue to do it. So those would be 2 options in an emergency, I guess. We'll check for the first thing in the morning. There you go. No one's talking to me, so I'm just... Okay. Dusty Acres Quail Farm says, I would give more likes if possible because you used one of my pictures. There you go. I'm trying to do that and trying to incorporate a little of them, so I think that's cool. Hit the like button, support the channel if you haven't. I'd greatly appreciate it. We'll be finishing up in just a minute. What was the price for the white quail? The hatching eggs are 70 cents a piece, and then, or you could do a teen set, which is 10 straight run, and in the note section at checkout, you could request all whites, and they are $5 a piece. It's $50 for 10 of them, or the hatching eggs are 70 cents. Hopefully that answers your question. I think that's what you were asking. I just started quail farming in April. Awesome, Matthew. That's great, and I'm glad you're asking questions. Hopefully you're getting some good answers. Matt, you have 87 quail. You're growing fast. That's great. Congratulations. Beth Reed says, welcome to the addiction. Absolutely. Jasmine Bass says, I think Eternix Corner did a video on fermented feed, not fodder. Oh, okay. I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. I have stuff set up for a fodder system. Just need to actually do it and report back. Supplement basis only, though. Yeah, if you want to do the video, Jasmine, I'd love to post it on here. unless you have your own YouTube channel. But I'd love to post it, and I mean, we'll give you all the credit, but I'm sure people would be interested into it. So if you want to do a fodder video, get with me. We could even post that in the Self-Sufficient Quail group as well. So that'd be cool. Van Smith says, similar issue as Kelly with our hatch at the moment, had trouble with the heat and humidity, also lockdown on Friday AM. How many extra days in the incubator would you give them to hatch out? So far, 1 hatch, 2 pipped. I would increase the humidity by, if you're already that late, I would probably increase the humidity by 2 degrees, increase the temperature by 2 degrees, increase the humidity by about 10%, and let it ride for 2 days after you switch it. That's our best scenario. And then after 2 days after you increasing that, then we would need to test it and then find out what the actual issue is. Really, we're just we're really troubleshooting in the dark, because we've done this for so long. Most likely that's what the problem is, but we don't know that for sure because we have to test it. But I would do that to get a chance to get the eggs, and then, you know, let me know after they hatch, and then we'll start testing it out and troubleshooting. I occasionally sprout for my birds, but I use a seed mix. I think you were talking to somebody else. Donna says, I like Cog Hill Farms. They have a 6-year-old. They have a 6-year-old quail. I have watched a couple of their videos, not a lot of them yet, but I have watched them, absolutely. Not talking to me. How old should jumbo wilds be before incubating eggs? I mean, you know, if they start laying at 6 weeks, you could start collecting that next week and start incubating. Doesn't take very long at all. Thank you, Zach, and thank you, Loretta, maybe Verna, I don't know, or someone, Loretta, I don't know. Thanks, Shelly. Dale's Quail says, almost home, everyone. Keep Zach talking for another 30 minutes, huh? I don't think so. I'm getting done. Was definitely better than listening to the radio for 3 hours. Whew, have I been on there for that long? Jesus. Whiskey Tango Farm says, I had a special visitor today. Dale's Quail stopped by. Anyone want to guess what kind of critters he dropped off while he was here? Oh dear, who knows? I would assume peacocks and buttons, and ducks. Okay. Oh, that was a guess. Donna says, my quail didn't like dog food. Unfortunately, no, I got it somewhere else before you started selling them. Flew the Coop Farms. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm not too sure then. I don't know if they do. I wouldn't. I've never seen replacement parts, so I don't think so. Ducks. They're named Donald and Daisy. There you go. Whiskey Tango Farms. Richard says, I do fish food mixed with 16% layer. There you go. I know a lot of people do that. On his wait list for the buttons, hoping to score some Valley Quail eventually too. Very cool. I personally like Scrooge McDuck. There you go. My business name is Quality Quail and Eggs. There you go, Matthew. Is the mash mixed with quail we did. Oh, that I don't know. That I don't know, unfortunately. You could ask. I would probably ask in the Newbie Quail Lovers group and in Quail Call on Facebook, and those would be a good resource for you to find out how they do it. Let's see. Thanks for a great night, everybody. Thank you very much. Hey, I'm almost done. How about that? SO Swanson says, I listen to mine on radio, Bluetooth. Well, thanks for showing up. Storm Rider's Wheel says, thank you for all the advice, and I will be sure to enter the contest. Awesome. Best of luck to you. Beth Reed says, not talking to me. Not talking to me. Oh, Loretta, little girl who posted the video of her first eggs. Yes, Loretta from Jesse Mills. Yeah, Loretta got her eggs this week. I thought that was super cute. I'll be rooting for you, Storm Rider Wheels. Good luck. That was from Carrie Coward. Very cool. Someone was talking about it earlier. This not talking to me. LaRonda says, thank you for another great live. Have to go. We'll tune in again next week. Thanks for showing up. That's Jessie Mills' little one. Her full name is Loretta. She and my daughter got along so well at QuailCon. There you go. 159 likes. Need one more. I don't know if we'll hit it. Oh, it only shows 158. I might have got a dislike. Well, thank you all for hitting the like button, staying with me all night. Great chat tonight. Love all the advice given by the community and mods. You guys are the best. Absolutely, I agree. Who wants to come to my evening chores now? I still got some chores I got to do, or I might be able to help you out. All right, thanks everybody. I appreciate it. We got some good videos coming up this week. We will be doing a self-sufficient quail, a quail for profit video, and hopefully I'll be doing, hopefully we'll get the video edited. I didn't realize that Dennis literally, Papa the Builder, literally, it was like a 17 video we had to put together for his video, and we're not even remotely. It's 2.5 hours. And we have to edit that down, and it's about a solar system that he built, so it's super cool and very informative, but I don't even know how I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna cut it down to like a playlist, you know, like 10-minute videos or 20-minute videos. So we just weren't, I wasn't prepared for that, so we missed him this week, but hopefully we can get his video done. I'd like to do that video about the thermometer hydrometer that I recommend, because I think that would benefit a lot of people. And again, thanks for all that showed up. Hit the like button, supports the channel. I really appreciate it. And until next time, stay safe. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.